Hi, I hope you're well. Today I want to do something slightly different. Yoga is not just about the physical practice, moving through the poses, the asana practice. It's also about breath. We breathe in and out through the nose whilst we do our asana, our physical yoga practice. And in Ashtanga, if you've done Ashtanga with me, we'll try to do the Ujjayi breath, where we're sort of constricting the back of our throat and breathing in an audible way so that it sounds like the waves of the ocean. That type of breathing, that is a Pranayama practice or a breathing practice in yoga. Pranayama is as central to what yoga is as the physical practice. A lot of us come to yoga through classes where breathing practices sometimes are done, but not that often. Today, I want to show you my favorite, or one of my favorite breathing practices, pranayamas, and that is Nadi Shodhana. It's alternate nostril breathing. So what we do is we'll close our nostril alternately, so just breathing in and out through one nose, then closing the other one, breathing in and out through the other, and switching around. What's interesting about our breathing patterns is that throughout the day, we don't breathe in and out through both nostrils all the time. It actually changes. And I think it changes at roughly 2-hour intervals, that sometimes we breathe mainly through the left nostril and other times mainly through the right. By doing Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, we're balancing out which nostrils we're breathing through. We're manually changing which ones we're breathing through. And that helps to balance out our body. And in yoga, it's also thought that it balances out the sides of our brain. We obviously have the right side and the left side of the brain. We've got obviously the right and left side of the body. So by balancing out which nostril we breathe through, we're also balancing out our body. In yoga, breath is called prana. Prana is also life force or life energy. So by controlling and working with our breath, we also control the energy within us. And I find that you can feel that after doing a breathing practice. I personally often feel a lot calmer, a lot more centered. So these practices are really fantastic for that. Nadi Shodhana in particular, as well as other practices, by slowing down our breath, focusing more on our breath, we're actually also able to slow down our heart rate. And by doing that, we can lower anxiety. We can make ourselves feel a bit less stressed. Obviously, if you struggle with severe anxiety, just breathing is not going to cut it maybe, but it can be a helpful tool. Also, by breathing in a more mindful way, we're using the entire capability of our lungs, the entire space of our lungs, rather than often we just breathe into our top lungs very shallowly, maybe a bit too fast, and that can increase feelings of stress. So if you think about when you're crying a lot, sometimes you'll breathe very jerkily into your upper lungs, where it's like, and that almost intensifies that feeling of upset in your body. So by slowing down our breath, we might be able to slow down those emotions. Right, so let's get to how to do Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. For that, we have to make a specific shape with our hands. So I'll come a bit closer to show you. So I practice it with my right hand. So the right thumb will close my right nostril, just gently pressing against it. And the right index finger will press against the left nostril. The fingers in the middle, so the ring finger and the index finger, I can either place them on the space between your eyebrows as you switch over. That can be really nice and like that, having that contact to yourself almost. Or you could tuck them in and keep them out of the way and switch like that. If you find it uncomfortable with your right hand, if your right hand is injured, or if you're left-handed and you just prefer to do it with your left hand, you would close your left nostril with your left thumb and the right nostril with the left index finger. One little caution before doing Nadi Shodhana: if you've got any lung issues, if you feel short of breath, maybe speak to a doctor before you do this, or just feel how it feels to you. Just be careful, and if you don't like it, then stop. Also, if you have a cold, then and your nose is quite congested, then maybe it's not the right time to do this. It's quite important that you actually can breathe through your nose in order to do this. What I quite like to do is I quite like to bend my right leg and rest my right elbow on the knee, just because like holding your arm up the entire time can be a little, just the arm can get heavy, and I'm a bit lazy, so I rest my arm here. The left hand I'll put on my left knee, so either palm facing up, palm facing down, or maybe doing Gyan Mudra, which is mudra as a hand gesture, and that's your index finger and your thumb gently touching, and that's a sign for wisdom. I think it's really pretty and nice thing to do with your hand. It feels really comforting in a way. And let's start our first round of Nadi Shodhana, just inhaling and exhaling through our nose, through obviously alternate nostrils, and do it in your own rhythm. I'll give you cues, but if you want to do it slower or faster, feel free. Let's have one breath first here, inhaling and exhaling. And let's close our right nostril with the right thumb and inhale through the left and exhale through the left. We're closing the left nostril, opening the right, and inhaling through the right, exhaling through the right. We're closing the right, opening the left nostril, and inhaling and exhaling. And let's lower down that hand. So that is one round of Nadi Shodhana. Inhaling, exhaling through the left, inhaling, exhaling through the right, inhaling, exhaling through the left, and finish. So we start on the left, we finish on the left. If you're finding it uncomfortable to sit on the floor like that, you could take a cushion, a roll-up blanket, and sit on that. It can be quite nice too. I want to show you one other way of doing this, which is how I tend to practice Nadi Shodhana, which is that I count 21, 22, 23, 24 as I inhale. I then hold my breath also for 4 seconds, 21, 22, 23, 24. I then exhale again for the same time, 4 seconds, and then hold again for 4 seconds. So I further slow down my breath by counting, making myself breathe more slowly, and then holding my breath. And the retention of the breath is a very particular, important thing in yoga practice. Sort of, we're retaining our, I guess, either the life force, prana, in or outside of us. And also, what I've been told by yoga teachers and what I feel is that when you hold your breath, you can't really, your mind doesn't wander so much. It's like you're focused on making yourself not breathe almost. So it really helps with slowing your brain down as well as your breath. If you feel uncomfortable holding your breath, if holding your breath gives you feelings of anxiety, then please don't do this. Just continuously breathe in and out and change the nostrils as we go. Let's give that one more go. One round, left, right, and then finish. Okay, so if you want, resting your elbow on your knee. One breath here, full breath without. Closing our nostrils, inhaling. Let's count here as well. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's close the right nostril. We're inhaling through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're holding for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding the exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Closing the left, opening the right, inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding for 1, 2, 3, 4. Closing the right, opening the left. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding for 1, 2, 3, 4. Now letting go, coming to a gentle seated position and just sit here for a moment, feeling the effect of that short breathing practice. Lovely. You can do as many rounds of Nadi Shodhana as you have time for and as you enjoy. I tend to set myself a timer for 5 minutes. And what I've started doing is I've been doing these breathing practices really regularly, probably for the last month or so. Before I've been doing them on and off. But I've been doing Nadi Shodhana pretty much every morning for 5 minutes before I do a short 10-minute meditation. So I know that not everyone's got time for this, and it's totally fine. I know that not everyone likes to meditate, which is also totally fine. It took me a long time to get into it as well. But just having that brief breathing practice before, it could only be 3 minutes even, and then a 5-minute meditation, let's say. But doing Nadi Shodhana before, I already feel so much calmer before my meditation that I find my mind wandering less. And I do guided meditations through an app, so I'm not sitting there and just in silence. I do find it easier to meditate with someone guiding me through it, but even then, it really helps me if I do my breathing practice first. So I hope you found this interesting. Let me know if you would like more of these breathing practice focus sessions. And before we finish, I would like us to do a few rounds of Nadi Shodhana together. So if you don't have time anymore, you can switch off now or join me for maybe, let's do 4 rounds of Nadi Shodhana together. So getting back into our seated pose. Left hand on the right knee, left hand on the left knee, sorry. Right elbow on the right knee if you found that comfortable. Let's breathe in here first. Inhale. Exhale. And I'm going to guide you through the first round, and then we'll just all do it in our own count. So inhale here. Exhale. We're going to close our right nostril, and we're going to inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the left, open the right, and inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch over, right, open the left. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the left, open the right, and now continue. Let's change to the right for one last time. Left one last time. And after the retention on the right and the left, sit here for a moment, breathing in and out through both nostrils. Opening the eyes when you want to. Lovely. I hope that short 4-round Nadi Shodhana was interesting to do with me, and see if you've got time for this in your daily life. And yeah, I hope you had fun. I hope to see you soon.